I'd like to get an update on the budget process and any questions Sean has for us, any questions we have for him about the process. I'd like to briefly organize ourselves to be able to get follow-up questions in Sean and or back to Bailey and the actuary coming out of our discussion on pension and OPEB, just to make sure we're moving that forward. And then I'd like to get updates from Sean, Q&A around a few other kind of just office-related non-budget things, sequence fixes, the public works workflow. Just an update on the GIS project now that the summer's over. The GIS insurance may come back to school. IT infrastructure and the website. Any other topics, Sean, or Bob?
Should get us started for 20
Yeah,
minutes.
I'm out to handle it for a little bit.
Yeah, I did want to find out, the one pressing thing for me to find out, hopefully it's just a yes or no question, that one area in the budget that you went through that had concerns about the retirees
Right.
for like $1 million in the hole or something. Did we get an update and find out what the reality of that is or not?
Let me take that question because I think that was something we were going to pose to our auditor, which I will do so tomorrow because we did not have our meeting last Tuesday. He put it on his calendar wrong. So we are meeting tomorrow. That's one thing I'm going to bring up. What does the net pension liability and what does the net liability for other post-employment benefits really mean in terms of our balance sheet? Is there any other questions you all want me to bring up with the auditor? I'm really meeting with him just to go over the financial statement, understand the terminology, understand most of all what dollars expended go into the categories. So for me, it's a sorting exercise. How are things in our bookkeeping file getting sorted into those 5 or 6 categories that are in the budget, so we understand what this means.
Yeah, I'd like to drill in a little bit, especially on the OPEB one, because that's the two things is to understand not just the liability, but specifically like how do we select, do we have any discretion in selecting how much of the annual cost we took bill for? Is there a reason that we don't do 100%? How does that get into the liability of what time period? Kind of all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Let us know if we're handling it appropriately, B, if we should be reserving funds for paying that down, and C, if so, what time.
Yeah, I think it, like Bob was saying Bob Wainwright was saying at the last time we were talking about this, we're really, it's not a liability in the sense that we can't meet a financial obligation at the end of the year. Every year we meet that financial obligation. Every year we pay our employee benefits, our current employee benefits, and our post-employment benefits, which is about, if I'm going to ballpark it on the spot, right now it's about 60-40. 60% of our healthcare costs are going to current employees, and about anywhere from 40 to 35% is going to retired employees. So those obligations are met each year, and the bulk of those obligations are going towards retired police officers who have not yet reached Medicare eligible age. So we're still carrying them on basically, employees level health plans at cost to the borough, full cost to the borough. But we pay that, we budget that, and we also cognizant of year-over-year changes in healthcare, typically outpacing inflation, as a reality of budgeting. So I want to understand what that liability really means to us. I mean, if it's trying to quantify what it would cost today to pay everybody's future employment benefits off, then that's not a big deal because we're going to do that anyway over the years.
Right. Yeah, I'm just curious.
Charlie, you're
And I think
breaking up
it-
a little bit, you want to repeat that?
And I
Sorry, if you want me to join that conversation, I'd be happy to, just let me know when. If not, I'm sure we'll have a few iterations over the next
Yeah.
month. It's both them and the actuary.
Yeah. So, it's not something we have to come up with, whatever that number was, $1.8 million in a 10-year time frame. I think it's more, those are the dollars that we are obligated to pay in the future based upon how long our retirees are going to live and the benefits they're going to draw. And how much benefits we're currently extending to existing employees should they reach retirement age.
Right.
I think an important ancillary discussion to have, and I think this is in the context of getting an employee handbook out as soon as possible, is what is the policy going to be for non-uniform staff in terms of post-employment benefits? Because right now we have no written policy, and it's unclear whether or not non-uniform, non-contracted employees, those are administration
Right.
staff, could, should, would, or are being promised and being paid post-employment benefits. We currently have 2 that are receiving post-employment benefits.
Who's getting that?
Bill and Fred.
They're good. I thought, so they get healthcare benefits?
Yes. Did not know that, judging from your
No, I
expressions.
I'm getting the impression that our agreement with
That was
Mr.
the whole
Martin
point
of giving Mr. Martin.
payments, and that's in the books, it's public.
Well, I wasn't sure if
Yeah,
I
it's
should say the
public,
number,
yeah.
I was just like, so, we were under the impression, I certainly was during our negotiations, that
That was
he
in
would
lieu of-
receive a
yeah.
payment, and that was in lieu of those benefits. And that he was eligible for,
Bye.
yes, to buy with those dollars, that was the intention, and therefore another portion of that payment was to go to pay for his wife's insurance until she reached, because she's a bit younger, reached
There you go.
Medicare.
So can we?
Well, he is paying for his wife's insurance.
I think we
Can
should.
we have, when Mr. Walker comes, put this in executive session, I guess, today? That's something that, both of us.
Yeah, I'm like, come on, come on, come on.
Everything's both different ways, so, it's, yeah, that was not meant to us. And I thought Mr. Hansel was not, and that was part of the conversation when we were discussing the whole issue. But let's just say this right to.
Yeah. To John.
To Mr. Walker.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Clarity.
Yeah.
Okay. So that I think that covered my second issue first. Although one thing I would ask is if we have other questions as we read through the financial statements, maybe we should create a document and start compiling all our questions in one place.
Yes.
Which we can do using SharePoint. And as I accumulate questions, I'll put them there, or you get your questions
Yes.
first.
I haven't.
Document.
I know you asked me to, sorry. I'll get there, I promise, I'll get there.
Quick update on budget is that I don't have a big update for you yet. We're still working with Public Works, with Public Safety, with the fire company. Those are our main inputs and administration. Of course, I'm going to be handling the administration budget, but those are our main inputs from our departments as to what they're going to need for next year. And I don't have those line items figured out. That's the next phase of budget development, is to fill in those values of the line items I went over with you in the last meeting. So I'm not at a stage tonight where I can report on results there yet.
Can we go back to the one area was just kind of a shocker, but where are you on the rest of the guide handbook for employee handbook? Beyond that topic.
We want to be there as quickly as we possibly can.
Do we have any base point?
We have a base point, and not too confident the baseline is where we should be.
So where's the baseline
Going on.
coming from? Is that something developed from scratch, that we had it before?
That was something that was developed last year, but never followed through on or signed off on or distributed to employees, and I don't know the source of it, so I met with Labor Council and Amber Rubin, we got some examples. I think it's more important at this place not to get the perfect employee handbook out there, but to get something out there that covers basic policy for handling harassment issues, for example.
Isn't there there's so many municipalities out there that have handbooks, and why can't we just ask, they're all public documents. I don't think we're doing anything, by cutting and pasting most of it and going through, it seems to be just pick a municipality that we seem to respect, and that's done it in the past 3 years. That might be the way to go. Maybe you can go through that, the organization that you join to see what's going on.
Yeah, I have half a dozen examples right now. I just need to peel it back and roll up the sleeves and do it.
Whatever. If we try to figure out how you can, either hand it over to John or hand it over to, I'm not sure what else we can hand it over to. They're like, here's the best two, just here's the difference. You're right, it's something you need to get done.
It's a priority.
Unless you've built one before, little nuances. Sorry.
C-click fix?
Yeah. So, and nothing else in the budget, I guess.
Well, I'll submit my questions, Charlie, I don't wanna.
Okay. Yeah, if we could go through, so let's get through the other sort of office administration and personnel administration stuff. So that's the handbook, the process. C-click fix and the Public Works Department workflow are kind of interrelated. And Sean, what's the sort of status on that?
The status is that we are reorganizing. I can't spend my time administering C-click fix like I have up to this point. If you look at our installation of C-click fix just for the account activity, you can see it's a little imbalanced at this point. We got some pretty good traction over the summer with the summer help, answering some of the issues that came up. We got better response times, and we continued that with Ryan Watson being able to respond to issues. But what we need to do is get Leslie and Matt involved more in the day-to-day handling of it. We may need additional help to handle issues like this. This is sort of all coming together in a public relations, customer service need that the borough has that continues to grow. And applications like C-click fix really put that out there in the forefront, the sort of immediacy, Bob Wegreit's commented on customizing responses, time of response and time of handling issues. All that adds up to administrative time and public works time. And I want to like the installation, let me put it that way. I think it's a good workflow management system. It's something that could be integrated into our own, like an internal ticket processing system. We're not there yet.
Yeah.
So is the issue working with the structure, or is the issue a number of inquiries or complaints or notifications you get from residents? Is it too easy to complain? Or too easy? I hate to use the word complain, to update the borough.
To register issues?
Yeah.
I think what it creates, what the application creates is a expectation of immediate response. That can be difficult because you're never filtering the things that come in the front door until you've actually touched them. And a lot of stuff that comes in on C-click fix, we don't own the property, we don't do anything about it, we can't do anything about it. Some of it is important things we should know about, but it fits into a longer term maintenance and operations plan, and that's difficult to communicate back and forth unless it's coming from the right person within the organization. It's clear it's no longer effective for that person to be solely me. So for the installation to really work and flourish from here, it really has to go organizational wide. It has to be managed by Public Works. It has to be managed by other people in the office. It has to be distributed throughout the organization. So we're going to work on that. We're going to work on getting Leslie and Matt in sort of the assignment, answering management roles, and we're going to have to work on getting Public Works, not just the part-time associates, but the full-time people integrated in the system, responding to it.
Yeah, that even if there were no public interface to it, I'm most interested in it as a means of workflow management for, open issues, and even if those issues are generated by phone calls by the office, by the course department themselves, that you can actually, deliver consistently a queue of work for them to work on, and be able to track data on how long it actually takes to get things done.
Yeah.
And so that data is all being captured, so that part can start to manage more, a little more visibility. And even if there isn't, even if that's I see most of the value of the application coming from that. And, to the extent that there's more pain than benefit from using it for law and public comments rather than having to call it over the phone, then, if we're devoting all our resources to that rather than to, how to manage workflow.
I don't think it's steered calls to an app. I think it's just created more issues. So get the same number of phone calls. Now we're getting, and it's not a huge volume. It's a tsunami of requests. I don't think it's really out there in the community to the extent maybe it could or should be. But if we're getting 45 requests or so a month, which is about the average, those aren't saving us phone calls.
So just trying to figure the difference of me sending in a note that was hedged in the ground on South Narberth Avenue by email or by phone call versus C-click fix.
Actually, that's a good issue type.
Yeah.
That C-click fix has been really good at really helpful at managing, because every time I've gotten, those usually end up on my desk because it's a code enforcement issue that requires the manager to get involved because it's a potential chapter 102 violation. So I get it. So anytime anything's overgrown in the borough, it ends up on my desk. So then I can take that, and instead of having to manage it and have my hands all over it and waste my time because I can't do the other things I should be doing, I can put it into the system, generate an issue, assign it to Ryan, and we've developed a hang tag that gets dropped at the door. And within 10 days, 90% of them have gotten fixed. And Ryan will go back and he'll notice 10 days later, he's like, oh, come back and report to me, it's been resolved, or he'll resolve it right on the app. So it's been really good for that particular issue, which is getting back to my point. I really want to like this system. I want to like it. I'm getting there.
Then the other day I walked up the road and there was a dead animal on the road, so I didn't know, it was a weekend, so I think nobody was monitoring it, but at the same time, maybe, I didn't know where we were with it, maybe because they were working for the music festival, maybe somebody would be on duty or pumping their desk and they see, oh, right here, where I should have seen it anyhow.
Yeah.
So
yeah, that gets to the responsiveness issue. It's not going to get addressed unless we have staff on it all the time. And then,
I would expect her to be responsive on the weekend.
So Monday, Friday, 8 to 5 is really when you should expect.
Yeah, I kind of knew that, but at the same time, they couldn't walk by and not say anything, and there was nobody, the option was to call the police. And, It'd be nice if the police had their eyes on it, but I don't think they would, well, they might call animal control.
Yeah, we don't know.
Lower Merion.
Right, we don't know.
Yeah.
Might not hurt to give them a window to it, because they have a lot of downtime.
So our foreman doesn't see these unless you send them specifically as his task to take on. Okay.
Yeah. So right now, it's not like Fran has a dashboard.
Right, right.
Or-
No, and I think that's where,
Printed sheet.
Yeah, right,
that's
right,
clearly
I
where
get
it
it.
needs to go. And I've been struggling with transferring the data into a paper form and getting it to him, but it's really, once you do that, you lose all the effectiveness of
Yeah.
having the app in the first place.
Right.
Yeah.
And you create a higher administrative burden on the office to get it done.
Yeah.
So it's everyone's got to be in or out.
Right, right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's true. Now, are they set up, like, if you wanted to bring that in, and say, okay, look, we're gonna start every week looking at our open student tickets, let's prioritize based on which ones you can close quickly or what bandwidth we have. Do they have the IT infrastructure or skills to be able to do that?
I think so. They'll have phones that Borough reimburses, partially reimburses
That's
them
right.
for.
That's right.
Pretty good mobile literacy there.
Do you think that that was something,
Device literacy.
do you want to, I'm just, I don't know. Is it your schedule to think to work on Matt and Leslie first and then present it to the foreman? And then instead of bringing him in maybe at the same time and seeing if he can add anything to that, or, I don't know, in that mobile, in the phone kind of way, knowing that, they are literate that way?
Yeah,
Just an idea.
Yeah, I would plan on doing it as a group. The best way to do it.
Okay.
What else do we have, Charlie?
So I had also, going over my list, and then maybe take a little break, the GIS project.
Oh, right.
Next caucus meeting of council, Lauren and Matt will present the completion of their work, and we'll have probably Lauren on board maybe for one more week after that to finish some data quality, but they are wrapping up their internship. In fact, Matt was hired full-time by his present employer, so we only have been having him 1 day a week for a little while now.
Okay.
You all will get a presentation at the October caucus meeting on that. It's been exciting. I think it's been a great value for the borough. We've acquired a lot of information, a lot of high-quality information at a good price, so I'm really happy with Matt and Lauren. Sorry to see them go.
Are we able to drive those vehicles now to there?
I am dying to know what data layers we have or will have after the project is live.
It's exciting stuff. Sewer lines,
Yeah.
manholes, signs, all sorts of stuff. The IT infrastructure, the network's in place. We got a new guest Wi-Fi. It's called Narberth guest for everybody in the room. The password is the borough's phone number, 610-664-2840. You should get 60 megabits download if you have a 5G enabled device, 20 if you don't. Upload speed's pretty good. We should, with our new Comcast franchise agreement, that should go up to 150 megabits down. And the website, we're getting close. We're targeting an October rollout of that, so don't want to speak too closely for Matt yet, because he has sort of taken over a lot of that development and transference of information, so, but that's what we tentatively targeted.
Great.
It's going to be much leaner, hopefully, and we'll be able to find what you're looking for much easier, so that's the hope.
I hope so too.
Great. Other questions, Bob, Kiki?
Nope.
Anybody else who's there?
No, the other thing I would say is, Sean, after you talk to the auditors about the the key
Yeah,
question, but,
right.
you know, what's out there as far as payments to, if you either send it over, get a phone call to go. To have that, I think it's gonna be put to sleep once you get the answer, but it's not. We'll need to scramble a little bit, so. Okay.
Charlie, anything else?
All right, that's all I got. I guess we can take a little break here, and then, would you guys mind bringing it back when you start the full meeting?
Absolutely.
All right.
Thank you, Charlie.
Thanks, guys.